this again. Oh, just listen to me. Am I carrying on? I don't know what got into me. No, I said I was not going to be coy, and I'm not. I'm going to say what I mean, what I feel. I'm in love with you, Jamie.
Talking about the brass band. I shouldn't have kept it. Rose was right. It's just like stealing. Then call the store and return it. Oh, I can't do that. I've had it over 3 weeks. They won't take it back. How much work can you give a bed in just 3 weeks? I see your point.
Lorraine is kind of black.
Kind of black. What does that mean, kind of black? I mean, that's like being kind of Spanish. You know, either you are...
Tell him I faked it. Well, I did. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. Oh, please. Well, Rose, I thought you had a date with Mr. Terrific. Oh, he'll be over in a little while. The producer had to have an important meeting with him after the show.
Actually, I have a feeling it was to discuss some of the recommendations that I made.
I hope you recommended he do some exercise. A man shouldn't be allowed to wear brown flowers for the awards banquet.
Really? Oh, gee, Ma, you know, ever since the two of us started planning this banquet, you have been incredible. I mean, you told me you got a great deal on the flowers, the caterer, the janitorial service. Oh, I wish I worked this hard for charity.
You will, pussycat. You will.
Gotta go.
Wait a minute. Where are you going? I thought you were staying till the end of the week.
Well, I just got a call for a gig in New Orleans, and this time I don't have to wear a tie.
Good luck to you, sweetheart. And you call me when you get there.
I will.
Oh, come on, help me with these. We have to meet Holly at the movies in 10 minutes.
Okay. I am so mad I could spit.
Rose, what happened?
It's Holly. Those directions she gave me for meeting you guys for lunch were totally wrong.
Oh, come on now, Rose. You don't think she did that to you on purpose?
Well, I do. She shot my balls. Thank God, I hated that thing. What are you doing shooting? Are you crazy? I heard a noise. I thought it was the robbers. I managed to live 81 years. I survived pneumonia, 2 operations, a stroke. One night I'll belch, and somehow he manages to suppress the urge to throw me on the floor and ravish me. Please, if he throws you on the floor, you'll both end up at the apartment below.
Drink up, Blanche.
That must be him now. I just have to grip my jacket. We're driving into the museum together.
They sit like that all day, every day. He's even started referring to my husband as that dumb Bajagaloop.
How'd you know that she was my mother?
Just a guess. From the way you were watching. And after what happened yesterday, I thought you might show up.
He told you about the...
I under here with you. Your body's like a heat sponge. You'll suck up all the heat and I'll get up in the morning a frozen fish stick.
Ma, don't be ridiculous. Just turn up the heat.
It's already on 9. On 10 you can cook a lean cuisine.
Good night, Ma.
Girls, can I please share your electric blanket? What in hell is going on here?
This is Baby, 5 times Blue Ribbon winner at the Minnesota State Fair. This sweet little thing was your uncle's pride and joy.
Oh, my God, that's the cutest baby I've ever seen.
Ma, it's a picture of our friendship, and I don't know what to do about it.
Face it, Dorothy. Blanche and Rose are limited.
Well, I admit I get tired of hearing about Blanche's dates and Rose's relatives back in St. Olaf, but they are very good friends.
Well, if you like them, I must have overlooked something.
I'll just continue the tradition by myself.
That's so romantic, proposing over champagne. I never think of things like that. I'm gonna ruin this whole night, I know it.
Wait a minute. Don't tell me you're thinking of popping the question right here on St. Valentine's Day, just like George did.
Yeah.
Sure, we can have some lemon chicken and smoked ham. It's all prepared.
Well, let's just start with appetizers.
That's fine.
Yeah, how about smoked olives?
Oh, good. Oh, you'll never guess what I found.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Pepperoni.
Uh-oh.
Don't tell Mom.
He's a leper. I'm the only one who'll touch him.
Good morning,
Apparently so.
I really appreciate all this.
Would you like to see pictures of him?
Very much.
So you're going to take it?
Well, it's kind of small, and there's not enough light, and there's no room for a goat. Come on in the kitchen. I made dinner. Should be ready. I was going to cook dinner. Well, I thought for a change, everybody would like to have a meal with a little flavor. I'm supposed to get along with that?
But why is your life over?
Because it is. Because it means I'm old. It means I'm not a real woman anymore.
All it really means.
I am so ashamed.
I'm sure you're just blowing this out of proportion. But Dorothy I raised is a good Catholic girl.
And what's worse, in the process, I have hurt a friend.
Hey, a true friend will forgive you anything and love you no matter what. Just as your mother loves you no matter what. Now tell me, Dorothy.
And developing an attraction I've been trying to deny. Blanche, what are you doing?
It's a curse. My beauty's always been a curse. I'm sorry, Dorothy, but...
Never said before.
Dorothy, this isn't on Golden Pond.
I know, Mom.
And you're not Jane Fonda.
All right. You made your point.
Quality time has to come naturally. It happens when you're not thinking about it. Like when we're cutting vegetables together, that's quality time.
I was hoping for something a little more magical than that.
Let me tell you, to ask me questions scares me to death.
Oh, honey, relax. Reporters are just people. They put on their pants one leg at a time. Except for that sports writer, Steve Maxwell. He likes to jump into both legs all at once. Hop step.
As it turned out, Stan's mother wasn't so bad after all.
Please, the woman wasn't human. I think she ate mice. Hello? Charlie! Hey, everyone, it's Charlie Jr. Safely, and you won't have to lie to the phone company. I forgot my purse. Oh. I know I'm forgetting something else. I know it. I just know.
Oh, come on. Now, Rose, calm down.
Are you sure you want to go through with this?
Oh, yes. But Lily and I have barely spoken since she left. That was 2 months ago. I don't know.
Oh, honey, please. We're really sorry.
Well, I might forgive you, but I can't speak for Baby.
Is there something we can do to smooth things over?
Well, a kiss on the...
Oh, stop. So what are you going to say?
I don't know. I just want to say a few words to give the man some dignity and show him a little respect.
Ready?
To run with the bulls in Pamplona?
I'm afraid of the storm. 3 o'clock in the morning, she knocks on my door, crying, begging, pleading to get into bed with me. Just like your father used to do before we got married.
So what did you do?
I told him, you're not getting anything till you put a ring on my finger and a donkey in my father's barn.
Not Pop!
The doctor's coming out to talk to me in a few minutes. I don't understand how this can be happening. My mother was the healthiest person I knew. You know, ever since she moved in with you guys, I don't understand what her life is like anymore. She's always out with the girls, and there's always these weird things. Like, one time I pulled into your drawing...
Mrs. Claxton, we want you to know we all appreciate you coming down here in person to help us save the tree.
I'm not here to save it. I'm here to make sure they tear it down. I hate trees. I hate people.
Well, Mrs. Claxton, Rose told us you said you were going to help us.
That's right.
And now you're not?
That's right.
Well, why did you lie? I'm really looking forward to dance class today.
I can see that. You're wearing your heat-seeking stretch pants.
Quiet. This has been a big mistake. I thought Sophia was in the shower. Hand me my glasses. I'm blind as a bat without them.
Mr. Hastings, I need to speak.
Not now, Dorothy. I've got a show about to go on the air and no star. Jody, did you find him yet?
I know where Mr. Terrific is.
No, not Mr. Terrific, Mr. Mailman. He's supposed to be our guest host, but he's disappeared.
Oh, try the ladies' room. Yeah, I found him there once when he was playing Mrs. Nurse.
I didn't know we had a character, Mrs. Nurse.
We don't. You may be right.
Good night, Charlie. Anna said she was. She looks like hell.
Thank you, Blanche.
Oh, you know, I think in my novel my heroine will be sick. Tragically sick, but snatched back from death by a doctor.
Very nice.
And you know what else was nice about that day? That was my first kiss.
Mine too.
Go get them, Dorothy. Whip their butts. When that door opens, you can see right in there.
Who cares, Blanche? We have more important things on our minds.
Take a load off, Rose. We're here. Alley number 7.
Wait a minute. What are y'all doing here? We're supposed to be sharing this alley with the Nielsen twins.
They didn't come in here to apologize. Why don't you leave? Why should I apologize? I'll tell you why, because you're nothing but a backstabbing Judas in sensible shoes. Well, you know what you are? You're a 2-lira tramp with cheap bridge work. May you put your dentures in upside down and chew your head off.
This is too funny. Blanche!
Stevie? What happened to you?
Blanche, honey, what's happened to me is the most
Oh, this is all my fault. Let me do it.
And now my beautiful assistant will step into the magic box.
Alfonso, I need to make an announcement.
Yes, well, take your time. I forgot the
Cautiously and books only a ferry to Sardinia, saving the rest of her money for a rainy day.
Let me guess, Ma. You were the one who chose adventure.
You also would have said Baltimore instead of the New World. You're no good at this, Dorothy. I'm the girl who played it safe.
Come on now, make you a big cup of coffee. Oh, darling, I smudged your makeup.
Oh, I messed up your hair.
He once sold horseshoes to a Union soldier.
Yankee! Oh, no, I can explain.
Fie, traitor.
Oy vey.
Well, that was a close one. We now call...
As a blind person.
I'll talk to her.
Rose? Yes. Lily, I know you just wanted to see if I was all right. Oh, I thought you were going to stab Stan.
Don't be ridiculous. I mean, do you honestly believe that I would stab Stan at my own daughter's wedding?
Oh, no, I guess not.
Well, of course not. I would wait until after the wedding. There are too many witnesses.
Far back as I can remember, but somehow you were always there when we needed you. You got me through 4 years of college by helping me pay for it, but also by encouraging me whenever I felt like giving up. Do you want me to go on, Ma? Because we could be here all night.
Enough already. Ralph Edwards makes less of a fuss over people.
And we probably should have told her about the letters.
I think you're right.
Come on, let's see if we can find them.
But being vice principal of a junior high school isn't as glamorous as it used to be. Oh, sure, I still get to store all the chocolate clusters in my garage from the new band uniform drive. And, of course, I am the advisor.
The ugly women. What are we going to do?
Nothing. They sound great. If we pretend that nothing is wrong, maybe no one will notice.
Hey, did you get a load of those queens on the bandstand?
Keep your voice down.
What for? You think they don't know they're queens? Girls, I think we're a success.
Congratulations.
It's the brother marrying a gay cop thing, right?
That's a big part of it.
Well, I don't see what the problem is. I think they make a lovely couple. Well, maybe lovely isn't the right word. They certainly make a husky couple.
You'll understand that the pontiff cannot make individual visits, but I can assure you a prayer will be said.
A prayer? That's it?
Thank you, Father. Oh, Ma, I'm so sorry. I know how disappointed you are, but believe me, giving that ring back was the right thing. Hungry or suicide?
Something I read someplace. I've always believed. You know, when you're young and beautiful, it's an accident of nature. But when you're beautiful older, you've earned it. That you created yourself.
Do you really think my picture's beautiful?
Rose, if I still had a locker.
And then, you gotta love this. Dom DeLuise takes me by the arm and insists I tell Bert the story.
Sophia, I don't want to hear any more about it.
Not even the part when Bert and Dom insisted I repeat the story to Lonnie Anderson?
But I didn't have the time.
Yeah, well, that was my fault, Kevin, for interrupting the high school experience with a book.
Hey, you didn't know?
Kevin, what are you going to do when you're out in the world competing with young men who have applied themselves? I took several art courses in college, and I've also substituted in art appreciation classes in the public school system. Huh?
Mr. Allen, Dorothy was telling you about her background.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little distracted. It's not every day a man comes home with...
The best thing that's happened to me since I met George. I'm just a stupid old fool, sitting up all night with a broken heart.
Blanche Devereaux, I cannot believe what I am hearing. You are the prettiest, most vibrant, most exciting woman I know.
When she gets off the phone, we're going for lunch. I'm tired of listening to these lousy Mother's Day stories.
Sophia, don't you have a Mother's Day story?
I said I was tired of listening to lousy Mother's Day stories. I wouldn't mind telling a good one. Picture, Brooklyn, 1957. The second Sunday in May. Dorothy had gone to pick up my mother, and I was getting the house ready.
She's right. Fine.
Of course.
But we're here!
Calm down. Let everybody calm down. So, Blanche, how did you die?
I was 92 years old, and I just met this...
They love, they hate, they eat. They dream, they hope, they eat. Every time you turn around, they eat. Sophia, are those four women us? Look in the mirror, blubber butt. The point I'm trying to make is, what's going on here is living. Just because she
Paints her portrait, and they make passionate love. She spends much of the next day in the shower with a loofah sponge, scrubbing his fingerprints off her body. She sees the portrait and is insulted. It looks nothing like her, and she storms out of his life forever.
Lottery commission. Oh. He felt so bad he's giving us free egg rolls the next time we come in.
Oh, what's the difference? It's over. If we don't have the ticket, we can't claim the prize.
Sophia, are you all right? You haven't said a word in hours.
4 nights in a row and I still can't sleep. Please, I haven't had a decent night's sleep since I was 70.
I shouldn't complain. I mean, 4 nights is nothing compared to Elsa Uteruden back in St. Olaf. She stayed awake. Well, she keeps calling. What should I do?
I'll get you off that phone.
Rose, I've fallen and can't get up. Help me! I can't help you right now. I'm on the phone. Boy, there is nothing more frustrating than waiting for one of these suckers to rise and it just won't. That's no reflection on you.
I know why you...
And where are you two featherheads fluttering off to?
Terrible news! The sky is falling!
What?
A piece of it hit me in the head.
Are you sure?
Doesn't she act as if something hit her in the head? We're off to warn the king.
Oh, dear!
Grand. Just grand.
You know, Blanche, this is like a perfect family. Well, almost perfect. Maybe someday there'll be room for...
A little dinky place.
With that Gee, Ma, I don't know if this was such a good idea.
I think you're right, Dorothy. Maybe I should have done my own hair. I've been doing it for years.
That's why it looks like something you buy on a stick at halftime.
And the point, Aesop?
I thought Miles was a show-off. You always meet a lot of lecherous guys out for a good time who think they can impress you by throwing their money around.
Oh, damn, I wish I didn't have to go to work today. Well, Dorothy, you go. You can relax and take your mind off your job interview tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, all right.
Oh, good. I would lend you my pen.
Not too fast.
I don't believe it! This is incredible news! I've been nominated for St. Olaf Woman of the Year!
Oh, that's nice. Did the new TV guide come yet?
Blanche, you don't understand. In St. Olaf, this is the hot...
Movements.
Eine kleine Nachtmusik.
That's right. How did you know that?
Well, they always play it during the chases on the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show. There was this one where...
Package of these, please.
And, I'll take these.
No, thank you. Now, that wasn't so bad, was it?
Joe, I need a price check on some condoms.
There is one little thing. Well, that must be him. Rose, would you get the door, please?
Hello.
Hello. We thought you were Blanche's date, but you're way too old.
Hola, Blanche!
No, sweetheart, come in. I want you to meet all my...
Worry. How much harm can it do? The place already burned down.
Rose, you dummy. She means her cigarette started the fire.
Max, Ma, I have never felt so bad in my entire life. I don't know what to say.
The ocean.
Oh, gosh, I haven't frolicked since the day I dropped my mother off at Shady Pines. Coincidentally, that was the last time I did a cartwheel. It was a good day.
Of course, we could.
Your bra, what was your lucky handkerchief doing in there? I was blowing my breasts, Rose. I stuffed it in to give me cleavage. To turn on the butcher so I could get a decent piece of veal.
You could die before you get the bottle open. What's the matter, honey? Aren't you feeling well?
Oh, just a little achy, that's all.
Achy? What kind of achy? Head achy? Stomach achy? Back achy? What achy?
Dorothy, relax. It's probably just a little cold. She'll be all right.
Yes, but I won't. I hear a story about somebody catching a cold and
You're not too thrilled about that, but you get used to it.
And then something happens and you find out that there's still bullies on the playground. And all the old instincts come back. And that's what happened to me yesterday. I know you and Kate have made up, but I still have the same feelings. Do you want...
Have his car!
Looks like we've taken a few wrong turns here.
For your information, this is exactly the way we wanted it to look.
Oh, yeah? You got Siamese twins living here?
Lou, we really don't need your...
Dorothy, livestock don't get chauffeur-driven limousine rides to fancy four-star restaurants in the Symphony afterwards. Except during St. Olaf Bicentennial.
Rose, I am not going. It is degrading.
Dorothy, come on now. Don't be a stick in the mud. It's for the children's hospital.
I want you to know how grateful we are that you are seeing us at this time.
Did I sit down? Have I sat down yet?
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, am I this short? My God, you two are like a couple of redwoods. Because you're a schmuck?
Did you take this seminar?
Stan, I think we've heard enough.
Look, I've gone through a life-changing experience. I feel like I'm free to love anybody.
Oh, please. You said the same thing after you had your vasectomy.
Balls of sunshine in a bag. Does this mean something?
Those are egg yolks, Blanche.
My brain's gone. My body is limp with exhaustion. Told me exactly what you wanted me to do a dozen times. Any idiot could have done it.
I know, honey, but you were the only one going downtown. Are you sure that you dropped it off at the newspaper office?
Yes, 6 people already called while you were out. You give that to me. I'll try and find it for you.
Wasn't this in my time? When I see he's holding a machine gun, so I decide to take his advice. I move, rat-a-tat-tat, everybody's falling like flies on your Aunt Regine.
You're letting your imagination run wild, Papa. This is Chicago, not Sicily. You're just a little... From a service station across the street. Our farm was just down the road from it.
Rose, honey, have you been washing the fruit off before you eat it? Listen, we have a decision we have to make right now to be able to enjoy it.
True. On the other hand, Beethoven was also deaf, so you'd be hearing the music the way he wrote it. Look at us. You haven't been out of the house in a week.
Well, it's not a bad idea, but I'm a little embarrassed.
Oh, me too.
Embarrassed? Well, there's no reason to be embarrassed. Now, these are discreet professionals. This is a private matter. Whatever we buy is nobody's business but our own. I'd like
And tell the dirtbag he can come.
Forget it, Mom. I can just as easily limbo down the aisle.
Relax, honey, relax. I just want to get it all out of my system before he gets here. Now go ahead, call him.
I'll call him. You talk to him.
Oh, well, all right. If I can get through an entire wedding with him, I should be able to handle this. You just implied that I'm an old lady.
Oh, well, honey, I didn't mean to imply it. I meant to say it flat out.
You know what your problem is, Blanche? You can't stand a little competition, which is why you tried to keep this whole thing a secret from me.
Well, I noticed you're here too, Dorothy, so you tried to keep it a secret from me.
Hi, girls.
Dorothy?
What is this, the Spanish Inquisition? Look, I don't have to defend myself. If I want to see Glenn, I'll see Glenn. It's late.
It's from your friend Gladys at Shady Pine. She says Lillian was sent to Sunny Pastures.
Ah, you see, Ma, your friend is fine.
Fine, are you kidding? Sunny Pastures is the worst nursing home in the city. It's every old person's nightmare. That and a child-proof cap on the kaopectate bottle. And see?
Girls?
Would you all like to stay here with us?
Here? Gee, that didn't even cross my mind. What do you think, Max?
Well, there's no pool.
All right. We'll stay, but only for a couple of days. Get the bags, Pumpkin. He likes to eat breakfast.
Dorothy, please, why don't you use your handkerchief?
Doesn't anybody remember all the good work that I have done?
Not really.
I was co-chairman of the committee to raise funds for the new Bloodmobile. I sold 4...
Dorothy, get dressed. We're going out to celebrate Clayton's last night in town.
Oh, terrific.
Let's go to Jose's. We always go there to celebrate.
The food is great.
Yeah, and they make all the waiters wear these really skin-tight bullfighters pants.
Really?
News. How could you do this? How could you do this to me?
Dorothy, there's a hurricane a-comin'. Fierce winds and driving rains. Who knows what's going to happen to all of us? I felt scared and vulnerable.
Oh, Stan, you big, bald girl.
You hired the Angel of Death from Shady Pines.
Ma, don't be ridiculous. She is not the Angel of Death. She is a private nurse with excellent references. And for the last time, Shady Pines is a very reputable rest home.
I'm telling you, Dorothy, they used to pre-sell our bodies to medical schools.
Get out of here. But Dorothy, he's a little early.
Yes, but we're delighted to see him.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hello, Rose. You're looking lovely this evening.
Oh, wait a minute. Rose Nyland, you did.
Purse. I didn't really want any gum.
I wander now. I don't decide anything anymore. I wait for things to happen.
Oh, well, let's see. I'm 9 weeks late. It would have been 2 weeks before that, so about 11 weeks ago.
9 weeks late, and you just realized that something is wrong?
Yes. I kind of lost track.
Well, I think you better get out your book and find out what you did that week.
We know what she did. We don't know with who.
Dorothy, you haven't even touched your Mr. Ha-Ha doll.
You're right. I touched it.
And now it's time for the Mr. Ha-Ha Birthday Roundup. When I call your name, please come up on stage.
Discuss anything about what he wrote in his letters.
Yeah, but Rose, what we really have to do...
Yes, I shouldn't push it. I mean, if he wants to hide the romantic side of himself because it embarrasses him, that's fine with me. I just don't understand why he won't explain how a smudge pot works.
Yes, look, Rose,
Here we are, ladies. 2 champagnes.
Thank you.
There's a death.
aren't you?
Oh, this is so exciting.
Oh, I just can't wait to hear that. Dean, I ran off with a gas station attendant twice my age to get married in Mexico. When I was 17, I hitchhiked to New York, and for 2 months I was a rockette under an assumed name.
Tyler's Landing kind of pales in comparison.
I stand corrected. How did you know that is about to erupt from a man who just spent a cold, lonely year cooped up with a pack of dwarfs? I'm not sure. All I know is the sight of a Santa sets my body aflame with unbridled desire.
Morning, Ma.
Okay, good morning. Out there.
Is this what impressed you?
Believe me, Dorothy, she's very bright.
Really?
I'm telling you, we were the only two in the bar who got the jokes on the cocktail napkins. Dorothy, I want you to meet our attorney, Tracy. Tracy, this is Dorothy.
Heidi-ho! Wait for the beep, then leave a message. Beep. Hi, this is Rose. Well, shut up and get in here.
I see you're with two double-crossing
In our line of work, too. Now, what do you see?
I see an angel.
Very good. How about this one?
I see a dove perched upon the throne of God.
Excellent. And this?
I see the Blessed Mother smiling sweetly as she pours love upon the... I'm gonna pack.
Sophia, wait, isn't there anything we can do to make you stay?
Nothing, my mind's made up. I'm leaving in the morning.
Oh.
Your bed. You hurt yourself looking for them. They ask you what those spots on your hands are. They tell you they love you, and then just before total exhaustion sets in, they go home and become their mother's problems.
What about the good things, like Mother's Day? I took it from your purse.
Oh, Sophia, you know what the Bible says. Thou shalt not steal.
Hey, she got one.
Please, no jokes.
Hey, Pussycat, we all deal with this in our own way. Some people make nervous little jokes. Some...
So good to see you, Sophia. So good to see. And this must be Dorothea. You know, you probably don't remember, but over 50 years ago, I held you naked in my arms.
And you peed on his suit.
For me, not you, fatal blossom, for me. We went for a walk this morning on the beach, and he told me.
Dorothy, this came for you.
Ah, it's from Stan. It's steaks. He sent me some...
They broke up.
But the Sonia von Kugel Tuba Band is free.
Hi, I'm Jake Smolitz from VIP Catering.
Hello, I'm Rose Nyland from St. Olaf, Minnesota. These are my friends. This is Dorothy, and this is
Blanche Devereaux.
Dorothy, is Blanche around?
No, she hasn't come in yet.
Good. Then we can talk about the banquet. How's everything going?
Just fine. She doesn't suspect a thing.
I can't wait to see her face when she finds out the banquet is to honor her for all the good work she's done around here.
I can't either.
Well, I'm going to finish the speech I'm writing for Blanche.
If I want to look at pictures, I got a photomat. Besides, Rose brought me. She's waiting outside with the dog. Hey, you ever stick your head out of a car window doing 50? What a rush!
Hello! And who do we have here?
This is my...
died.
What?
Oh, no, Rose.
And the sheriff? I told him about me, how I kill men. And he didn't believe me. He said, let's see, sleep with me. I was just gonna make some lemonade. I bet you girls could really use some.
Great.
Okie dokie.
Sophia, remember, we swore we don't tell anybody.
Not even Dorothy. I think I owe it to her. It was her money.
Nobody. I just couldn't stand the humiliation. You want the world to know that I will never forget when I first put up that notice at the supermarket.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Oh, I know exactly what you're going through. I can read it in your face.
You can.
Okay. I want to see 6 hands above that blanket right now.
The only reason we're in bed with Dorothy is we're scared.
Scared of what?
Now, Dorothy, don't you laugh, but we're scared of the aliens.
Blanche, how many times have I told you not to? 3 people who look like Sam Snead with a hormone problem.
Look, you two stay here. I'm going to check out the rest of the locker room. I think I'll start out with the jacuzzi.
You don't know where the jacuzzi is?
Yeah, it's just down the hall, second door. I'll ask somebody.
This has been a nightmare.
Once I understood that that's what you were supposed to do. It wasn't some colossal joke, you know. I mean, didn't you think it was a ridiculous thing to do the first time?
No. Well, I certainly didn't.
All right, quiet down. Order in the courtroom. Do you have any more witnesses, Mr. Peterson?
No, Your Honor.
New robe? No, why? Looks great. Thank you, Counselor. Well, if there are...
Unnatural. No daddy for the baby. And no fun trying.
I'm going to have to agree with Blanche on this one. Half the fun is in getting there. And boy, did your father and I have fun trying for you.
I don't think I want to hear this.
I wasn't going to...
Oh, and your presents and your designer luggage, and you think you're better than everybody else. You have everything. Do you have to have Ma, too? I mean, all these years you've been her favorite. All I wanted was this time with her.
Dorothy, you are crazy. You're Ma's favorite. You always have been.
Oh, come on, Gloria. You're the one who always got all the... But more important than that, what about David? What happened with you?
Well, I talked to him, and he's really a very nice young man. I think I was taking my anger at George out on David.
You're gonna have to find a way to forgive George.
I will forgive him. It'll just take a little time.
Little cheesecake. Her life, baking, sewing, gardening, tending the animals.
Ooh, my favorite things.
Okay, let's get the show on the road.
Rose, you sure you don't want to come and just watch?
Come on, Rose. You'll sit and watch my dentures eat corn on the cob. It's a lot of laughs.
No, I don't want to kill him.
Oh, Laszlo, just one more thing. You know that famous Picasso painting, Nude Woman Playing the Violin?
Well, of course.
Well, originally it was called Blanche Playing the Violin. Only it wasn't a violin. You think about that the next time you're standing around with your chisel in your hand.
What shocking news?
Blanche is pregnant.
Holy cow.
Blanche, are you sure?
I just did a home pregnancy test. It's right here.
It looks like a perfume sample.
Put it behind your ears, Rose.
Where am I? I must be dead. Is this heaven? Sal, is that you, Sal?
Sorry, ma'am. Who's Sal?
My husband has been waiting for me up here for a long...
Run, get us the number. Go on.
Why, hello there, Blanche.
Well, Dorothy, Russ, hi. What are y'all doing here?
Russell and I just entered the dance marathon.
Really? So did I.
Yes. It's for charity.
Actually, I just got off the phone with Phil's wife. She's back, poor thing.
But Poor thing.
She's in a state of shock. She found out she couldn't do any better than Phil. Not exactly a storybook romance, but an ending's an ending, and there you have it.
Oh, we're so glad you decided to stay, honey. Oh, Sophia, when we thought you were leaving, we started talking.
Sunshine Cadets, we learn you have to pay for your mistakes. This one's gonna cost you a 10-speed Schwinn.
Oh, Daisy, didn't the Sunshine Cadets teach you anything about honesty and decency and respect for your elders?
I think that was scheduled for the weekend camp out at Lake Wakataki.
Ladies and gentlemen, the who, how, and what.
Dorothy, that was a real tour de France.
Thank you, Rose.
Kendall just told me
Busy with work, not answering the phone. You'll reach him. You always do.
Dorothy's right, you're worrying for nothing. I remember back in St. Olaf.
Hold it right there, Will Rogers. None of us is in the mood to hear one of those St. Olaf stories.
Well, then here's one against your will. But to show you I'm a good sport, I'll get right to the part that'll make Blanche feel better.
Oh, morning, Ma.
Dorothy, when was the last time you had sex?
That's a very personal question.
That long, huh? Perfect.
Never heard of that before, but it's marvelous.
Oh, you just throw together some ground pork and cabbage.
Cabbage she serves me. In 10 minutes, I could be skywriting.
Let's eat. I brought you your favorite.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Chinese.
No, Italian.
Look, there's been no change on the Petrillo case. We are very busy. We'll call when we can.
Yeah, listen, buddy. Sophia may be just another case.
Carnival. And I was having the greatest time eating candied turnips and guessing how many sweet potatoes were in the glass jar, bobbing for yams. I had a knack of always coming up with the firmest, most appealing yams.
I was once told I had the firmest, most appealing yam.
While you were sleeping, I've been thinking, and there's something I really have to know. You said you chose God. How could you do that when it meant giving up your own child?
Rose, I never knew there was a child. It was only after you were living with the Lindstroms that I found out what happened to Ingrid. By then, I didn't want to interfere with your new life.
Why does it say here that you were in his house for 2 hours?
We were just talking. Then why does it say the explosion was so great it shattered windows in the building next door?
Rose, that's an article about an earthquake in Guatemala. Fall back, but your chest does too. Unfortunately, it falls back and off to the side.
Well, it's too late to do anything until morning. We might as well get some sleep.
I can't sleep. I'm wound up tighter than the girdle on the back.
No, if he sees me sitting, he'll think I have arthritis.
Sophia?
Augustine?
You shrunk.
Will.
Yeah, I'm a Sicilian.
Nobody made an offer, huh?
Not a dime.
Dorothy, isn't this something? You've become what we in the news business call a hot story.
Yeah, and you've become what we call in the revenge business, next. I'm your daughter.
Oh, yeah. I need a Bromo-Seltzer.
I need a cheesecake.
Blanche, I hate to see you and Sophia fighting like that.
Dr. Jonathan Newman. Dr. Newman, this is my mother, Sophia.
Nice to meet you, Sophia.
Nice to meet you, too. I hope this doesn't sound rude. But I've just gotten back from a long trip and I'm very tired. If you'll excuse me.
Of course, nice to have met you.
Likewise. Dorothy.
Cannoli? What does an Irishman know about cannoli?
And when I was a kid in Brooklyn, every Sunday my father used to go to Zampano's Bakery for cannoli.
I never dreamed you grew up in Brooklyn.
Oh, sure. Our whole block was Irish. The other block was Italian. We used to take turns beating each other up on the way home from school.
Three people who look like Sam Snead with a hormone problem.
Look, you two stay here. I'm going to check out the rest of the locker room. I think I'll start out with the jacuzzi.
You don't know where the jacuzzi is?
Yeah, it's just down the hall, second door. I'll ask somebody.
This has been a nightmare.
Sally, what's going on? What's wrong with me?
You think you got problems? Try being dead.
Barry, I do think that champagne is a wonderful idea, but should we make it a case? I may want to take a bath later.
Fair enough, but if I'm buying it, I'm going to be sitting in it.
Hey, hi, Blanche!
Rose? Rose?
It's a big rock, you know.
Yeah, I suppose it is, but a full moon, Rose. Makes me feel frisky. Makes me want to do something I've never done before.
Like what?
So then I went up to the podium and I said, "My name is Dorothy and I have a gambling problem." You know, when I left Gamblers Anonymous 15 years ago, I thought I'd never have to say those words again.
Well, let's hope this time you get cured.
No, you're never really cured, Rose.
Up to this right now and then once every 2 hours. You give him plenty of fluids, he doesn't get dehydrated. Yeah, and I'll check back on you tomorrow.
When are we supposed to sleep? Not that I mind. I was born to heal.
Heal, Blanche.
Welcome back to motherhood, ladies. I'm sure you will do.
He's the guy who stood me up for my senior prom.
Oh, Dorothy, I had no idea you were stood up for your prom. Oh, that's awful. I figured you didn't go, but to be stood up.
No, John Noretti was...
Watch.
I waited up for you until 2 in the morning, and you still weren't home.
Oh, yeah, Gertie and I and some of the girls went to Wolfie's to pick up guys.
I called Wolfie's at 11. You weren't there.
Guess who got lucky?
Oh,
Actually, this picture was taken 2 years after I lost it.
Rose, did you catch that?
I sure did, my friend. Darn girdle. The man refuses to curse.
Blanche, if you're going to insist on contradicting every opinion I have, I won't allow...
Sophia, that was a very sweet thing for you to do.
Hey, Rose is a good kid, and I like her a lot. But after all is said and done, I would sell Dorothy to the gypsies to get that bedroom.
At least we won't argue over who has the cuter day. Oh, Stanley.
Dorothy, I need to talk to you.
Oh, Stan is her ex-husband. Biggest loser you'll ever see. Good evening, Stan.
Always good to see you too, Dollface.
I'm going out, Stanley. We'll have to talk some other time. And in future, I really would appreciate some notice before you drop by.
Hear his voice like he was standing next to me. Sophia, take a chance. Go for it. I didn't mean to hurt you, pussycat. I guess I did it for your father.
Come on. That's a load of crap. Tolerated him as long as I can. He's got to go.
But Dorothy...
No buts, Rose.
Well, okay, but I'll need a few more days.
All right, a few more days, and that is it. Get me a doggy bone.
I don't know, Dorothy. I don't think you deserve one.
Rose, I am going to make all you women wealthy.
How come whenever my ship comes in, it's leaking?
I am planning on opening a research and development lab. We can come up with new and exciting novelties that will make today's plastic vomit obsolete. To make all of this happen, all I need from each of you is $1,000.
I can't believe I'm sitting here listening to a discussion about Sophia's love life. Rose, let me fix you up with Willie. He needs to forget me. No, thank you. Okay, but you don't know what you're missing. There aren't many guys around who remember where they were when the Archduke Ferdinand was shot.
This is such a warm, wonderful moment.
Oh, I just wish I spoke Italian so I'd know what they were saying.
Sophia around?
Oh, hi, Kurt!
How about a little lunch?
Listen, if you're...
Oh, hi, Blanche. How was your appointment with Dr. Rosenzweig?
Well, I was so nervous that I just rushed right in there and pulled off my top and said, well, what do you think?
What'd he say?
He said,
And without Hare Krishnas asking for money. There were people everywhere, rushing off to catch trains, sitting on benches, browsing in the souvenir shop.
the souvenir shop.
Well, of course, Blanche. They were all buying T-shirts, you know, the ones that say, today is the first day of the end of your life. I don't think that they look ridiculous. You know, I was in a restaurant the other night. A man of about 60 walked in wearing 4 gold chains and his shirt open to his navel. Well, I thought the people were staring at the scars to his bypass surgery. They were staring at the 22-year-old blonde on his arm. And honey, he was...
Joke like we did in high school. Some of the things we did in high school are not necessarily appropriate when we're adults. Like staying up all night, carousing around, dating every other man you meet. I'm losing credibility here, aren't I?
contract instead of an ID bracelet. Of course I mean Rocco.
I think he's kind of cute.
He is not cute. He is a bad influence. Ever since Ma started seeing him, she's on the phone all day. She stays up all night. Yesterday, she came home with NyQuil on her breath and his surgical stockings in her pocket. Blanche, last weekend you ate so many pudding pops, you could have built the Eiffel Tower from the sticks.
That is not what I meant. I meant everything just hangs on me.
Of course it does. That's why you have to cover it with a dress.
Shut up and hold my hand.
What?
Hold my hand. Now look in my eyes. Look deep into my eyes. Look like you want to kiss me. Okay, move your lips around. Now go like this.
Blanche, I don't count.
Okay, okay, get ready to kiss me.
Blanche.
Get set.
Blanche.
Go.
Blanche, is that you?
Do we have any orange juice left?
No, we're all out.
Down, pass it around, 2 bottles of beer on the wall. Well, I'm off to bed.
2 bottles of beer? Rose, you got all the way to 2 bottles of beer and you quit?
Just drives you nuts, doesn't it, Dorothy?
Oh, what a wonderful ride home. I bet there must have been a minute.
Stanley. Doc. You shaved a little beard.
Still 110, Stan. You must be Dorothy. Please come in.
I've heard only good things about you, Doctor.
You want a hug?
Maybe later.
Sophia, All our children were conceived on special St. Olaf holidays. Adam was conceived on the day of the Princess Pig when they had the pig crowning. And Janella was conceived on Hay Day. That's the day we St. Olafians celebrate hay.
Rose, do you think you could rap?
Well, that could be fun. What do you say, Dorothy?
I don't think so. I haven't been to the track in 15 years.
Oh, go on, Dorothy, take her. It'll be a fun afternoon and Rose can memorize a horse.
I'd rather not.
Oh, Dorothy, please, come on, be a pal. I do it for you.
Why can't you go by yourself?
I'm afraid to go to the track by myself.
I was getting out. Gee, that's going to be rough. I bet after 10 years in the jug, he's going to be pretty short on foreplay.
Come in.
Hi.
I have to pretend I'm not here.
No, I'm sorry, Rose, but ever since you filmed me naked giving myself a pedicure, I've become slightly aware of your presence.
Dorothy, my child, sunshine of my life. You got that in a close-up, Rose?
Ma, why are you dressed like someone who just is...
Everybody, look what I have. Where did you find... Don't say it. Don't say it. What is our name?
This is Danny.
Dorothy, what in the world is that?
It's a flounder, Blanche. What do you think it is?
What's that, baby?
Coming.
Thank God you're here. I was a wreck. I was sitting there night after night with Oliver, just lonely as hell. I didn't know what was going on up here. Then I thought, what if I lose her?
You lose your breath,
You lose your earring.
your mouth waters,
Your nose runs.
your heart races.
Your blood races.
Rose,
Say it, Ernie.
it's time, Rose.
Check, please.
Gerald, to continue seeing you.
Allow me. Mother, this is where it stops.
See what happens? You put sugar in his tea, didn't you?
It is not the sugar, Mother, it's you.
Mama's boy, huh?
This is my life. I'm a grown man, and I am going to love the woman I want to love, whether she meets with your approval or not.
Ma, it's not cute once you pass 80.
Oh, I thought I heard come.
तुझे कैसे बताऊं कितना प्यार है तुझी से तेरे साथ मेरा जीना भी मरना तुझी से तुझे कैसे बताऊं कितना प्यार है तुझी से तेरे साथ मेरा जीना भी मरना तुझी से ओ यार प्यार कर कर मुझे प्यार कर दिन रात हो बारिशे प्यार मुझे प्यार कर मेरी यादों में तेरा न जाना तुझसे बातें कर तेरा दीवाना मेरी यादों में तेरा न जाना तुझसे बातें कर तेरा दीवाना खुदा का शुक्रिया प्यार तुझसा मिला खुदा का शुक्रिया प्यार तुझसा मिला प्यार तुझसा मिला तुझे कैसे बताऊं कितना प्यार है तुझी से तेरे साथ मेरा जीना भी मरना तुझी से ओ यार प्यार कर कर मुझे प्यार कर दिन रात हो बारिशे प्यार मुझे प्यार कर जब भी सांस आए नाम तेरा, कोई आहट आए ख्वाब तेरा। हाँ, जब भी सांस आए नाम तेरा, कोई आहट आए ख्वाब तेरा। कितनी मन्नतें मांगा तुझे खुदा से, कितनी मन्नतें मांगा तुझे खुदा से, मांगा तुझे खुदा से। तुझे कैसे बताऊं कितना प्यार है तुझी से, तेरे साथ मेरा जीना भी मरना तुझी से। ओ यार प्यार कर, कर मुझे प्यार कर, दिन रात हो बारिशे, प्यार मुझे प्यार कर।